Welcome back, pro wrestling fans. Welcome back, IWC. It's me. It's me. It's the GOC, coming to you live to tape 25 feet below the surface of the earth for another episodic YouTube adventure here on Guardian of Chaos, the YouTube channel for Chaos Corner. We're in part 2, Wrestlemania 41, Night 2. Here's the review. One man, unique, unedited, unscripted, raw dog for you, the fans. With my over 50 years as a researcher, a historian, a scout, an agent, a producer, a promoter, a manager, and my 30 years in this pro wrestling business and my 40-year journey, who took the fucking bumps and came out 3 and 4 times a night with my guys, just to add to my credibility. So you're better off when you walk out of here than when you fucking walked in. You come in to learn facts. So that when you go to your next event, venue, barbecue, family gathering, the water cooler, the bar, the pub, the restaurant, wherever the fuck it is that you hang out, that you actually know what you're talking about. I give you the good, the bad, and the ugly, and we're going to jump right into it. Night 2, WrestleMania 41. I just uploaded Night 1 for WrestleMania 41 and a 10-minute opening monologue that was an extravaganza, a bonanza. Follow me over on X at Big Daddy GOC, and the GOC stands for the Guardian of Chaos. Shout out to my mods, Austin Nance and the OTS Tribal Queen. And of course, my other brothers out there, follow their channels. We're regulars in this space. Hula Grim, my brother Hooli. Big O, Otis Gaming, Funny Rob Bebe, Hoodie Rob Bebe, the Scripps Wrestling Federation, the Midmo Smark, the Wrestling Council, Rick Del Santo. It doesn't get better than those guys. Subscribe to all those channels. And let's get into WrestleMania 41 Night 2. I'm going to hop off all the other platforms. Come on back. All right, fans, let's jump right into it. Again, go back. I did 45 minutes on Night 1, plus the 10-minute opening monologue. What are your thoughts? Leave something in the comment section, whether you're watching on replay or here live in the premiere chat, because we are live to tape. You guys get that, right? You understand. Hello, McFly. Is anybody home? So I'm going to jump right into it. The 2 nights, there were over 60,000 both nights out there at Allegiant Stadium. It looked tremendous in the venue. You know, the Raiders stayed in there. Viva Las Vegas. A lot of crazy stuff going on in Las Vegas. We know what happened Night 1. I'm not going to go through the whole kit and caboodle here. A lot of things came out of Night 1, especially the triple threat and the 3-way dance. I'm not going to get into it. Go back and check out the Night 1 review. Here we go with Night 2. We're going to jump right into it, and I'll try to keep it here in order. Night 2, to me, was better than Night 1. If I had to, looking back on it now, you rate it from 0 to 10. Night 1 for WrestleMania 41. I'm going to have to say, I'll be honest with you, I'm going to give that about a 5. Lucky to get a 6. That's just being honest. 5 or a 6 out of 10 for Night 1. And I'll get on to you here in Night 2, which was the better night. You start off with the Women's Championship, and again, the women's division is stacked in the WWE. The defending champion, Io Sky. Konnichiwa, bitches. Arigato from the Chaos Sun for all my brothers over on the Pac Rim. I've become a fan of Io Sky. I didn't think much of her to begin with, but she has proven to me, and in listening to her interviews, she seems sincere and genuine, upbeat, and she could work. I mean, she could work. A little risque, but I've become a fan of the defending champion, Io Sky, as she went up against the EST Bianca Belair. What an athlete. What a person. And in real life and reality, which counts, like I've said about John Cena before. Not buying this, but thank God he's a great human being in real life. Same thing with Bianca Belair. First off, the pure athleticism and what she brings to the table and the high energy. And she could work. What a role model. I mean, it's just that simple. Now they're teasing and this heel turn. I mean, you guys know it's coming. I think it'll be refreshing. Although people will be disappointed. I get it as the role model. But hey, you're here to tell a story, right? Ring psychology, emotional investment, storytelling. Am I right? In the women's division, I said it in the WrestleMania Night 1 review for WrestleMania 41. Give them their own show. I've been saying this for months. Put it an hour show. And don't have all kind. I mean, you already have NXT where it features a lot of women. The main rosters on SmackDown and Raw, definitely sometimes for the first hour or so, it's not but the women wrestlers who are great athletes. I'm not like the rest of you virgins and geeks and dweebs and goons and neckbeards and mouth breathers who are watching it for the TNA. I'm watching it for the athleticism, and I'll continue to say that. For what you're actually doing in the ring. But I get it. Most of you haven't gotten a piece. You haven't touched a pair of tits. No offense, man. Kayfabe. What am I saying? I can smell you from here. I'm not saying my fans. I'm saying those out there that lie within the weed that have the brain of a dehydrated baby. Don't be upset, man. These are my standard lines. Bianca Belair. Unbelievable athlete and what she's doing for current day 2025 in this industry. And then there's, a lady who has pure talent, superstar aura about her. Easy on the eyes, even with that goth look. Again, I'm not crazy about the gear. I mean, she might as well be wearing nothing but thongs all over her, and she's in great shape. I get it. You flaunt it if you got it. You're making a living. But come on, it's supposed to be towards kids as well, and maybe it's not anymore in 2025. The business has changed. The talent has changed. I respect anyone and everyone that's ever stepped inside the ring. You guys know that, right? I don't deserve my opinion. I've earned it. Remember that while you're watching this show, and the connection, and the relatability, and the honesty that you get here. OG. No bells, whistles, graphics, music, none of that. You get me and you. Whether you agree with me or don't, I don't always get everything right. I forget things at times. I don't know. Listen, I thought WrestleMania 41 was last weekend, when I did the preview show here. Check it out. I was accurate. Rhea Ripley. Perhaps the best woman in today's wrestling. She really is incredible and brings the energy and the pop this lady gets. Three-way dance for the title. These girls worked. What athletes. And again, they're just incredible. I'm a little surprised. I got to say, I've said it 3 or 4 times throughout WrestleMania 41 and through the weekend into the Raw after WrestleMania, and I'll get onto that. There's a few things I didn't see it coming, man. As a guy who's, been on a journey for 40 years in this industry, but was in the ring for 30 years and been over a 50-year fan. A mark. That's right. I said it. A mark. You guys get the point. We're all marks at one point. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this stuff. It's tough for me in 2025, I'll be honest. Certain things I get to, certain things I still report live. You guys know that. I report it on the post section here on the channel, on the YouTube channel, and I report it over on X. I can't stress enough to get an account. You can stay away from the toxicity of whatever they want to call it, tribalism. It used to be fandom. Whatever the way people are and treat each other, it's a mirror of society in 2025. It really is. But what an incredible match. This, out of the 2 nights, was in my top 2 or 3 matches. And I don't usually say that. We have to main event the women, and they got to have the same matches and the same pay-per-views. That's why I say give them a show. Give me your own show. Listen to me. I know somebody's watching. You know that I know, and I know that you know that you're watching. The analytics don't lie. And this is for YouTube, for destroying this channel for 3 or 4 months, making a couple of nickels here on the commercials or the ads, having some sponsors. But you ruined that too. Because I wasn't making a dime out of here. I'm here out of love and passion and motivation for the business and the industry that I love. No matter who's here, let that sink in about passion and all these other people that are in this space, oversaturated. Everybody's brother, uncle, sister's ass, cousin, brother doing this stuff. Some of you are good, some of you are not so good, but I get it. The pandemic started all this stuff, and some guys OG went back years, and we're on the cutting edge of this. Don Tony, Kevin Castle, rest in peace, Kev. JD from New York, Jason Solomon. The TV Tracks guys. The Wrestle Soup guys been around for a long time. There's a lot of guys been around here for a long time. I started with cable access and doing all this stuff with the radio and recording and video and on into to podcasting and shows and live performances since the middle 90s, early 90s, like 93 or 94. Let that sink in. I know I'm off on a tangent here. We're supposed to be covering WrestleMania 41 night 2, but I've been getting a lot of emails and inboxes, so I'm going to address this as it comes up. This isn't impromptu. You guys know that. That's why you come here. It's an impromptu, original content channel. No editing, raw dog, as I say. What you see is what you get. It's not by the dramatics. Oh, what you see is what you get. I said, oh, what you see is what you get. Now what you see is what you get now, baby. It's the best thing yet. No? Too early here on a Tuesday? Well, everybody's done their reviews, previews, predictions, coverage, raw, after the whole 9 yards. I wanted to come on and give it some time to sink in, to soak in, to let it marinate. I apologize. Back on to WrestleMania 41. We're only 10 minutes in. No worries, man. Stay here for the whole show. Check out the previous videos. Again, an unbelievable bout. I don't always like these 3 ways and four ways. They've gotten better over the years. I get it. But the champion could actually lose without getting pinned or submitting. And I just don't like that. I get it. I'm not stuck in the past. Honor those who paved the way. Let's keep some tradition and honor to this. But it's all been thrown out the window here in 2025 in today's industry. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game. The bottom line is Io Sky retained, and I didn't say this to see this, and Sky actually pinned Bianca Belair. Ripley did not eat the pin. I like that. You're saving her. She doesn't necessarily have to get the title back right away. Io Sky has earned this. I was a little surprised. But I understand it now. I've gained a new respect for Sky. Bianca is just unbelievable. It doesn't hurt her. She's that well-liked and well-respected and can bounce back, especially if she goes full heel. I don't know. Naomi's heel right now. We'll see. And Rhea Ripley is just a superstar. And will be for a long time. She didn't eat the pin. They saved her. So I was surprised by this outcome. We jumped right into the Las Vegas street fight. And they never went out into the street. They never went out into the strip. Last time I was there in 2015, I stayed at the Bellagio. They didn't go anywhere. So it wasn't really a street fight. 2 big men, 2 monsters. We know this rivalry's been going on for a little bit. The long blood between us. McIntyre's a specimen. Priest has moved on. Where do you go with him after being done with the rest of the club over there? The bottom line is Damian Priest was pinned by Drew McIntyre. I believe it's the right call. I'm not sure, delving into it enough, research enough, where you're going to go with Damian Priest. The guy's obviously a talent and has been for a while. The fans like Priest. I'm not sure about his aura, his charisma. Certainly has the look. McIntyre has done nothing but get better. Been involved with major feuds. Former, I believe, 2-time world champion. You got to do something with McIntyre. And I believe they will. So McIntyre pins Damian Priest. The match was okay. Let's go on to the 4-way for the Intercontinental title. I've been singing the praises of Braun, Breakker, Steiner. Next to Jacob Fatu, those 2 are the biggest stars in the WWE that will be here for years. Throw in Gunther, and there's others. Bronson Reed hopefully comes back, and he comes back healthy. Just certain guys that I really enjoy their work. Steiner against Penta, how they presented this guy, what a difference from company to company, even from Luchador into the partnership they have now with AAA and all the Luchadors and what's coming with WWE. Really has had a singles push here. Let's see what happens. I can't say the same for Phoenix. Hasn't really had the impact. Maybe Penta took a little bit away. I want the Lucha Brothers together in WWE in due time, I guess, in due time. Throw in Finn Balor, an unbelievable athlete. Part of that whole clique over there with, Carlito and Dirty Dom and Liv and Raquel, whatever her name is. I get it. Balor's a little played out. One heck of a talent. That's just my opinion. And then, of course, Dirty Dom Mysterio, who gets more natural heat than anybody in the WWE except maybe Logan Paul. And not go-away heat. Or Charlotte Flair, go-away heat. I get it. I don't know what it is. And people are jealous, just don't like you hear rumors. You don't know the truth. It is what it is. It's all speculation, rumor, and innuendo. But Dirty Dom has certainly gotten over. Whether it was with Mommy, Liv Morgan, now the champ. I just gave it away. Dirty Dom is your new Intercontinental Champion. And again, another thing that I did not see coming. No way did I think Dom Mysterio, who's been in this business for like 10, 15 years already, and the guy's in his 20s. I mean, it's truly amazing. He has advanced people throw garbage at this guy all the time. But listen, for what he does, for who he is, you got to give this kid his due. And what he's done growing up in this industry. He's grown on me. I didn't see this coming. To have Steiner lose, I didn't see it coming. Okay, he didn't eat the pin. Balor ate the pin with that whole club they got going on over there. Who knows where it's going to go from there. But I was very surprised. Penta didn't have a huge impact in this match. Cero Miedo, it didn't really have a huge impact in this four-way. It was a solid bout. Steiner is just unbelievable. Future World Heavyweight Champion, and he'll hold it for some time. Although in this day and age, they flip-flop and play hot potato, however you want to say it, with this heavyweight belts, multiple belts. It really takes away from the mid-card. Hopefully Fatu brings back and makes the mid-card belt even that much more important, but it's really just oversaturated. Steiner added credibility to the IC title. So the mid-card titles were rising. And I didn't see this coming. Again, Dom is your new Intercontinental Champion. He pins Balor. You can go anywhere with Steiner. And it's going to work. His speed, his agility, his strength. There's nobody like Braun Breaker someday. Breaker and Jacob Fatu. Fatu and Gunther. Breaker and Gunther. I could just see the matchup just among them right there. I'm talking about your Codys, your Cenas, your Punks, your Rollins, your KOs. I get it. Throw in your Usos, your Sami Zayns, whatever you're going to do. I understand. People talk about Obafemi coming up from NXT. There might be a guy or two, but most of NXT belongs where they are. In the male division. Can we start building some fucking tag teams? Can we bring tag team wrestling back? I got sidetracked here. But the four-way was decent. I didn't see it coming. Dirty Dom. I'm interested to see what happens with Breaker Steiner now. I'm a huge fan. Like I said, I'm singing their praises. Jacob Fatu, Steiner, Gunther. There's a few others. Let me not get crazy. I still stand with Punk. We'll see what happens with, I was a Sokoa fan. What's going to happen there? Can he fit back in? Where's the bloodline? What are we going to do? The Rock, I don't really care. But he's calling his own shots, and make no mistake about it. Dom, your new Intercontinental Champion. And then the Viper shows up with an open challenge because his opponent was injured. And who comes out? The whole dealership, the whole temporary deal, giving the rub to TNA Impact. Okay, man, all right. Joe Hendry comes out. He's supposed to be a big deal. I don't get it. I'm not saying the guy's not solid. I'm not saying he hasn't put his work in. He's really caught on. I understand. He got a good pop. It meant nothing to me. It means nothing to Randy Orton. Welcome to WWE, and how about that, just to be inserted into WrestleMania? So God bless Joe Hendry. I don't get it. I don't really know a ton about him. I've seen some of his work. The guy's not star material, but what do I know? I've only been on this journey for 40 years. Been a fan for over 50. I mean, what do I know? I fucking earned it, remember that. As an insider, that's why you're here. Nobody else gives you this perspective. And we'll tell it to you, we're all the same. There's no difference. I don't want anybody's praises. I'm humble and I'm blessed and I'm fortunate for being allowed to work with so many stars. And being have a little rub, my cup of coffee or two in this industry. I never signed a contract. I never did it full time. I spent it behind the walls, protecting you from society's worst. Walking with respect in that. The worst of the worst. The people you're afraid of. And then hunted them down, too. I'm just thankful to be here. None of this would be possible without our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And that's a shoe. We go on to, again, Randy Orton, Joe Hendry. Please. Don't waste my time. But, hey, I'm not hating on success. Then Logan Paul and AJ Styles. Let me just say that to say this, because I tell it like it is. AJ Styles, the minute he retires, should be inducted into every Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame in the world. What an unbelievable career. I've had a chance to be on several shows with him throughout my journey. Truly the phenomenal one. Not always used a great way, but the longevity, the athleticism, what he brings to the table, championships, style, a 5-tool player, can grapple, can fly. AJ Styles is unbelievable. He's near the end of his career. That's my opinion. Whether it be TNA, ROH, wherever AJ Styles went, in the WWE, he really has been sometimes off on the back burner, maybe underrated, but phenomenal. And Logan Paul, in my opinion, perhaps the best athlete to ever transition into the sport or from another sport in the history of pro wrestling. Certainly. I get it. You got your Kurt Angles, and you got several other guys that have come in and transitioned over. I'm not going to count Pat McAfee or Bad Bunny or anything like that. I'm talking about guys who came from the NFL, whether it be Ernie Ladd, Wahoo McDaniel, or certain guys that came from other sports that were incredible. A lot of guys were amateur wrestlers, Lesnar, Benjamin. A lot of guys were former Olympic heroes. A lot of them played in the NFL. I understand that. But Logan Paul gets heat. Logan Paul, say what you want, has beaten all legends and stars and held his own. By hook or by crook. And Logan Paul went over on the legend, the future Hall of Famer, Mr. Everything, AJ Styles. Just incredible athletes. You knew it would be pretty solid. What I didn't like, Logan Paul with the interference and the brass knuckles. But again, this guy gets heat. This guy goes and stays full time. He's got a career, man. You're going to see it. You don't have to like him. But with the brass knuckles and the prime guys or whoever it was that interfered on Logan Paul's behalf with the brass knuckles. And then one of the most underrated, undervalued, underused guys, I don't get it, Karrion Kross comes in to break it up. This guy's a genius. His vignettes, his size, his look. Why has Kross not been used the correct way? It works. I think the guy needs a push. You got to give him more of a chance. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but wasted here. Totally wasted. Not crazy about that storyline. Kross interfering. He tries to talk to AJ, talk him into using the brass knuckles. And then he clocks Karrion Kross. Don't understand it. Somebody explain it to me. Leave me an answer. Say something. Logan Paul is just unbelievable as the different notes that I have. I just didn't. The brass knuckles thing, I get Paul by hook or by crook. I already said it. ends up using the brass knucks, knocks the tar out of AJ Styles, pins Styles, and that's it. Logan Paul with another victory. And you can go anywhere with this guy. I'm impressed with Logan Paul. Like it or don't like it, you can change the fucking channel. I'm not. And then to listen to his press conferences, he doesn't seem like a bad guy. Talk about success and what he's done. It's been incredible. And then we go on to, I don't think I missed, we go on to, and I think he might have had a couple. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, as I said in the first video. Maybe he had his few Stevie Weisers, or a little Umbriaga, a little under the, tanked up. Well, I don't know what happened. He came in on the ATV. I'm talking about Stone Cold Steve Austin showed up to announce the attendance, to come in and cut a promo. You probably got about, 50,000 for showing up, maybe more. Oh, who knows? He comes zipping down the ramp, circles around the ring there for the 60,000 in Vegas. Comes around for a second time, and he was cranking, he was cruising, he was even on two wheels. Bang! Right into the barricade, into the barrier, and into some of the ringside fans. The ATV came up, you could see he got off, he was worried. Some people said that Nick Khan rushed over there, security, it looked like Stone Cold leaned over to check on the person, or who knows what he said, but it looks like he said something a couple of different times, and obviously that wasn't planned. And you wonder if he had a little buzz on. I'm not saying anything. I'm not trying to start trouble. Things like that happen when you take that risk, man. But with today's fans and today's people, this country has turned into the last 20 years so happy for anything. So we'll see what happens out of that Stone Cold snafu. I got to tell you, everybody was caught off guard, surprised, and thankfully nobody's seriously injured now. That's for sure. And so Stone Cold gets in the ring, and the fans, what, the usual. He's still Stone Cold. Cuts a promo, has a couple of pops, and announces the 61,000 in attendance, and then he was out of there, man. So that was Stone Cold's appearance. Quite eventful, maybe. Yeah, that was something to see. So we talked about Io Sky retaining. We talked about McIntyre. We talked about Dirty Dom becoming the new IC champion. We talked about Orton and that whole situation there. We just finished talking about Logan Paul and AJ and Stone Cold. Let's get on to the Undisputed Championship, which everybody was waiting for, but not really me. The Undisputed Champion, the American Nightmare. He finished the dream. He's still living the dream. He's not the American Dream. Cody Rhodes against heel John Cena. Hasn't really changed much. Changed maybe his attitude. He can still talk. I'm still not buying it. It's still not working for me. You guys know I bodyguarded Cena a couple of times in 2004. Got a chance to meet him. Doctor of Thugonomics when he was a heel. Nice guy. Great guy. Thank God he's a good human being in real life, like I said in the first review of night one. Cena came out, looked very disinterested, wearing the all black, the final tour, last time ever in Vegas, so on and so forth. The promos have been good. People have liked it. Doesn't mean I have to like it. I'm giving you my opinion. I give the good, the bad, and the ugly, man. That's why you're here. And then Cody comes out. He's in great shape. The fans truly respond to Cody. They certainly did with John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks. And whatever else they were doing. But it kind of sounded like Cena was getting a mix and getting some cheers. And Cody maybe a little jeers. Kind of a little off and listening in. You don't know if they're piping things in. There's so many people. It's in a cavernous place in Las Vegas with the dome. You can see it during the day. It transitions into the night. It's pretty cool looking. Kind of like the Pontiac Silver Dome was back in the day when you have it like that, or when they had it down in Indianapolis and that Lucas Oil Stadium, I believe. Or it's a cool look when you get something like that. But this is for the Undisputed Championship. It was a solid bout. It was okay. A lot of things to say about this. First off, no Rock. Where's the soul? These guys tried to work. I think Cena got the best of it physically. You have outside interference from that same rapper dude, Travis Scott. I don't know anything about his music. Him as a person, I'm not judging him. He's probably about 6 feet, about 160 pounds. He snapped food Hell in a Cell with Stiff and Cody, and the whole thing with coming out with The Rock and Blessing the Ring, whatever the heck he was doing. Why is he here? Is he trained? What's the background? What's the connection? Is he seen as manager? Where's The Rock? Where's that whole story? He comes out, interferes, pulls the leg, the leg of the ref out for when Cody is going for the 3 count. Everybody hits their moves, gets their stuff, and again, I think Cena got the best of it. Technically, you're not going to get much from Cena, and he can work okay, but he's not a good worker. Cody with multiple crossroads. He hit it on Travis Twit, whatever his name is, Scott Tissue. I don't know what his name was, but I just don't understand why he's there. I don't understand why he's getting involved. Is he a manager? You're not explaining anything to us. And more importantly, over the last month or so, where the fuck is Rock? This was the whole thing about Soul. I just didn't understand it and didn't get it, and I'm not happy with the outcome. Now, okay, Cena's now 17 times, the greatest of all time. He's not the greatest of all time as a wrestler, as a worker. He's not. He's not the greatest of all time because he's got the most titles. If you see in the top guys, top 5 who's had the most title reigns in the history of WWE, it's guys from the last 20 years because they flip-flop it and change it so much, and there's multiple world championships. And what does it really mean? It means nothing. And I guess it works for the story because it's his final tour. You got to give it to John Cena. So I'm not surprised. Everybody in the IWC called it. Everybody said Cena was going to win. I don't remember a lot of people taking or thinking Cody was going to win. But I just don't understand the interference. And Cena, again, the big thing besides Travis Twit is Cena kicking Cody in the nuts. Is that supposed to make him a heel or because he wears black? You had Heyman nutshot CM Punk. Heyman nutshotted Roman Reigns. Cena nutshots Cody. I mean, nuts all the way around. The WWE is nuttier than a portalette at a peanut convention. Think about that. I want you to think about that. Nuttier than a portalette at a peanut convention. So this didn't work for me. Cena, okay, I get it. You were going to give it to him. Cody lived his dream. He's had the belt for a while. Cody can go off onto something. Let's see what happens. That story has taken its last ride, in my opinion. Let's see where you're going to go with Cody. Cena, you're going to go on to other things. There's a bunch of people that are going to challenge for him, whether it's from years past, a renewing of a rivalry. Who knows what's going to happen with John Cena, but that's what they're going with. Who knows what's going to happen with The Rock? So your new undisputed heavyweight champion for the 17th time, John Cena. And I guess all he is are happy out there. I don't really give a dang one way or the other about it. But night 2, definitely better than night 1. I had said earlier, night 1, I'll give about a 5 out of 10 on a scale. I don't even think the 6. 5 out of 10. The triple threat was incredible. Uso winning the title is good for business, I guess, when it comes down to night 1 as far as what stood out. Jacob obviously stood out with LA Knight. Well, people love LA Knight. That's really what came out of night 1. But here in night 2, I'm going to give this probably a 6 out of 10. I was edging towards a 7 out of 10. And as far as overall, the 41 WrestleManias, night 1 and night 2 combined, which I really not crazy about. these 2 nights. I traditional guy, 4 pay-per-views a year, in one night, 7 or 8 matches, maybe even 9. I know they've cut it down, and it's all about ticket prices and the largest gate, the largest revenue, the biggest deals. That's because you're pricing everybody out of it.
Motion detected at front camera.
That might be Roma and Mancini. You're pricing everybody out. The lunch pail guy, the blue collar worker, the family of 4. It's hundreds and thousands of dollars. Nosebleeds with $300 or $400. Ringside, some people saying $10,000, $25,000. What the fuck? Who are these people? Elitists pushing Hollywood, pushing Hollywood, pushing Hollywood. I don't know if they're shuffling them in like some people say, or they're all there. I mean, for as active as the crowd was, it wasn't the greatest crowd reactions. Certain things, yeah, they were okay. But this whole entertainment in Hollywood, and especially rap, is that the who degrade women and culture and they support violence and gang signs and all that different stuff with what's going on in this country and its world? This is, they're smoking weed, this, that. Is that what you want as the face of your company? For your fans? Is that what you're pushing? I get it, you get former athletes. It's always been an extravaganza. Hey, Big Daddy, they had Liberace and this one, and Muhammad Ali and Billy Martin and Bob Uecker and Susan Hart and whoever else they've had over the years. Elvira, Alice Cooper, Cyndi Lauper. I get it, man. But in this culture, you're sending the wrong message. Whether it's the women's outfits they wrestle and work in, or what you're showing the fans. And you got degenerates. Don't forget who they are and who they really were. Not that people can't change, and I'm not judging anybody. But let's really look at what Triple H and the Heartburn Kid really were all about, and the stories about them. And again, I'm not judging. Just stating facts. It's already out there. You know it. So Cena's your new champion. And again, Sky impressed me. Dom really did. Logan Paul. Look at these. It could have been better. Some of these matches didn't belong. Out of all the WrestleManias, I'm repeating myself, out of the 41, if I was combined the score 0 out of 10, this might be as far as WrestleMania history goes, a 5 out of 10, a 6 out of 10 WrestleMania history-wise. 5 out of, just giving you my honest opinion. I'd have to go back and research them. So that's what we have for night 2 here on the review, a few days after WrestleMania 41. There you have it. Go back to the last video. It was a little under 45 minutes. Night 1 plus the monologue. Here we're at 37 minutes. 37. Should I come back and do a separate Raw After Mania review? Which was still in Vegas 3 nights in a row. Count NXT. All the independent shows. What an extravagant WrestleCon. I heard it was a clusterfuck in a lot of different ways. But it is what it is. Raw After Mania. I think I'll come back and I'll give a third video for you guys of content. A lot of things coming out of Raw After Mania. I will say this. Cody Rhodes wasn't on Raw After Mania. No Rock still. Thank God no rapper. They're still pushing Hollywood. I don't understand it with these untrained guys or what they've done and just what you're pushing. Listen, I like seeing Jelly Roll. A guy who's repented as a Christian, an unbelievable singer, lost 150 pounds trying to better himself. Because we all fall short every day as long as you continue to try. But I don't know what WWE is pushing as far as that goes. A lot of interesting things. Dom's first title defense on Raw After Mania. A lot of talking, not much wrestling. Cena comes out and addresses the crowd. Io Sky comes out and addresses the crowd. Jey Uso comes out and addresses the crowd. Seth Rollins and the wise man Heyman Hustle come out and address the fans. As I said, Dom's first title defense against Penta. So that's what I have for you coming up on the Raw After Mania review from Vegas. I'll say that to say this because I tell it like it is. WrestleMania 41, Raw after WrestleMania. Check these videos out. Drop an elbow on that like button. Much love and respect for being here. I'll say that to say this because I tell it like it is. Wait for it. Wait for it. Not going yet. Don't you dare miss it.